Marriage should be fun, fulfilling, and full of joy, but too often, outside voices try to define what it should look like. Your Best Marriage Now is here to challenge the norms and help couples build a relationship that feels right for them. Hosted by Reshema and Jacques Mountain, this podcast is all about embracing the freedom to love, laugh, and grow together. We believe in living at your own address, meaning your marriage should reflect your values, your happiness, and your vision. Join us as we share real conversations, practical insights, and plenty of fun along the way. Let's dive in together.
Well, welcome to Your Best Marriage Now. I'm Jacques Mountain, and this is my lovely wife, Reshema Mountain. And hey, we come on social media and YouTube on a regular basis, just sharing with you all about the beauty and the benefits of being married. So if you were with us last week, we were talking about vision. Mm-hmm. We were talking about, without a vision, the people perish. How can two walk together except they agree? We even, I think, jumped in there and talked about some boundaries, having some boundaries around the vision, things like that. So this week, we want to take it a little further, but we're going to kind of go in a different direction. We're going to talk about having a vision for parenting, and friendship. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go ahead and jump on into that.
And we talked about that because being married, this 20 coming on 20 years.
This month be 20 years.
20 years. Praise his name. And things have changed for us.
Yes.
And things have evolved. Our friendships have evolved. And so has our parenting. It has evolved because we have our oldest son is 25. Our youngest son is 9. And parenting, those two are totally the opposite.
Yes.
Like we had to stay on that oldest one.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you would raise your voice with Grayson.
Right.
He'll start crying.
Yeah.
And so we had to learn because I'm from what I call the old school. You do what I tell you to do. You do when I tell you to do it, how I do it. And I'm pissed if you don't. And there will be repercussions. And you like, no. Okay, let's talk. Let's find out what's going on, what's happening. So you led us in a gentle parenting. And like, let's talk about why you embrace, I guess that's the term. I don't know. You didn't call it gentle parenting, but why did you approach it from that place even before I did?
Because I guess I just realized he was a different kid.
Yeah.
Our second son is different than the first one. Mm-hmm. And then I realized I didn't have to do what I did with the first one.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of like, hey, let's calm down with him because he's 9. He's never had a whooping. Never been
spanked.
Had a whooping.
Yeah.
Never been spanked. Not one time. Not because we don't have to. He's just not that kid. He don't want to get in trouble. He wants to do what he's told to do. He wants to play his game. He want to have a good time. Like he's different. Now our first son, he was rambunctious, jumping off stuff, throwing rocks. He was that kid. He was the regular kid.
Almighty, yes.
But yeah, it was just different. And then of course with us understanding giving grace, understanding the grace life, understanding that whoopings don't mean change.
It doesn't.
Whoopings do not mean your child is changing.
Nope.
Whoopings don't mean that they're going to do better. It just means you was upset and you whooped them for what they did. Not to say that they don't need it. I just realized with our youngest, he was different.
Yes.
He didn't need that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to talk to him to say, hey, don't do this. And he was like, okay.
Yeah.
And it was just that simple.
Right.
And he won't do it.
And he won't. And that was new for us because, we are influenced. People influence you one way or another. Mm-hmm. And how you feel about discipline, live at your own address.
There you go.
Jacques and I, that's all we talk about. If you roll with us and ride with us, we are always going to talk to you about living at your own address. Well, the Bible says, well, what is it saying to you today? Yes, it says discipline. What is God? Have you even read? When's the last time you read it and asked, well, what do you mean today? Because it's unfair for me to apply the same things to my kids that were applied to me growing up because the environment, everything is totally different. So God is not limited to beating somebody just because they're not following what you tell them to do.
My grandmother lived to be 100 years old. Mm-hmm. She passed away in 2011. Mm-hmm. When she said she used to tell my mother what to do during the civil rights era, mm-hmm. it was life or death.
Yes.
You make sure you get off that bus. You come home. You do not talk to nobody. You don't go nowhere, because the Ku Klux Klan was still around.
Yep.
The white people in this area will do this, and it. You had to follow.
Yeah.
With precision.
Yes.
Total different era.
Yeah.
Different part of the country, different part of town. And that's why we keep stressing, live at your own address. And we got on here talking about vision, and we're talking about, doing things that work for you and your family and your marriage. And one of the things that we realized early on is we were dating, and we both talked about how we wanted to both live in Fayetteville.
Yes.
Remember that? We both met. We was
Yeah.
like, man, have you ever been to Fayetteville? It's so nice. And you was like, yeah, I've been down there. I love it too.
Yep.
And we both wanted to live in Fayetteville. It just was not coincidence. And so then when you start building your life and stuff like that on what you have in common, what do you do when somebody says, oh, I just got my dream job in Phoenix, Arizona? What happens then?
We don't give rules, and we do not give laws. But one of the things that is a non-negotiable for us is we are seeking God.
Yes.
Because we've had opportunities to take dream jobs, nothing to take us away from the state or anything like that. But we've had opportunities to pursue something that would have been good. But the first thing we always do is we do check with God. We do pray, and we acknowledge him and ask him, is this from you? And the reason why we even more so do that is because we have seen people take dream jobs and it legit destroyed
Literally
their family.
Yep, sure did.
Because they were pursuing the money. And money is not priority to us. Our relationship with God first and foremost, and then we are the priority.
And what is it going to do to our kids?
What is it going to do to our kids? So we have those conversations through communication, and then, compromise. Jacques' biggest thing is, can you find that same job here?
Exactly.
Would you be open? And that's the thing. Are you open to finding that or a better job here, where we've gotten our kids in school, where we've been rooted, where we've been planted, we go to church here? We can't live by the winds of everything that comes and goes. Like, stability is real important to me.
Yeah.
And so for me, my mindset was, is it in alignment with who I am? Do I know everything about this job? Do I know anything? Like, those are the type of things that I would be asking myself. Is it in alignment with my faith? Whatever, I'm not here to try to sell you on anything, but I do believe in God. I do believe that God has me in a specific place for a specific reason, for a specific purpose.
Oh, most definitely. And that, what you just said, is the absolute Bible.
Yeah.
He put Adam in the garden, and it very clearly says he put him eastward, on the east side of the garden.
Yep.
Adam was from the east side. You know what I'm saying? He was from the east side.
Yes.
It was very specific.
Yeah.
He didn't say he put him on the west side or the south side of the garden. He said he put him eastward. It was a particular location and destination for where he wanted him to be. And I think what happens is, with money, we run off for the money and leave that particular place.
Yeah.
Where there was already provision there.
Yeah.
There was already a wife there. God had already set up everything on the east side.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is us. We don't argue. When we're talking about vision.
Yes.
When we met, we already had a vision of, this is where I go to church.
Yes.
You weren't going to sell me on anything else, because I had my own relationship with God.
Exactly.
And my belief, and that's another thing, is like letting influence, whether it's money or whether it's people or whatever, influence of changing your mind about you and what you and the Lord have already talked about.
Yes.
And so I came to Atlanta to go to church.
Yes.
I had a vision that I wanted to grow spiritually. And every church that I had been a part of where I was in South Carolina, I was not growing spiritually. I was still the same. Even after I got saved, I was still doing the same thing. And I wanted to grow. And so I moved here. Now, I used to tell people because I was too scared, I was too timid to tell people I moved. I literally left South Carolina to move to Georgia for a church. But now I was like, I don't care what you think, because look at my life now.
It worked.
It worked out. And the vision that when you and I met, we talked about, I knew what type of man I was looking for. You knew what type of woman you were looking for. But these were things that we wrote down.
Yes.
And if something is important to you, it's like, let's write it down.
And listen, and we still have those lists to this day. I mean, we wrote those lists down 20 years ago. We still have those lists. Yeah,
to
more
this
than
day.
Yeah, we still have those lists. And you know, one thing I didn't have on the list is what you bring to the table. Because
And I didn't either.
Right. When we looked at each other's list, I had intangible things.
Yes.
That were more valuable
Yeah.
than tangible things.
Yep.
There was the relationship with God. I wanted a woman that was interested in business, wanted a woman that wanted a family. Those were intangible, because I feel like we can get a car.
Yes.
We can get a table.
Yeah.
We can go to Haverty's. But I don't want you sleeping with my cousin because you don't have no character. Because he finer than you. He taller. But don't sleep with my cousin while I'm at Haverty's. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. Like, we want all this tangible stuff. We can get the tangible if we got the intangible.
Yes.
And no, I don't have a cousin that's taller and better looking than me. So I'm not worried. I'm good. I'm better. I'm good on that. But I'm just saying, just in case that applies to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't what you looking for.
Vision,
first and foremost.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? As we joke about right now, like, everybody is fine. If you a woman, everybody is fine. Everybody got butt, breast, hair. Everybody is fine.
Yes.
It's like, it's just, it don't even matter. Everybody is fine. It don't even matter.
About to take me out.
I'm just saying, grandma's is fine these days. It was like, you got to bring more than that to the table.
I don't know how we got from not whooping our kids to everybody.
I don't even know. This is a strange episode, but somebody's being blessed by it, hopefully. Oh my God. We was talking about vision, the type of person you want and what they gonna bring to the table. I think I done lost my co-host, y'all. I done lost it.
Cause this is the stuff that we be talking about, man, like for real. It's like, ladies, seriously, we gotta be about something.
Yes.
More than hair and nails and lips and baby hair.
Right.
If that's what you want to do, that's fine, but that can't be the forefront of your life.
Yes.
Because we're talking about, this is the stuff that is going to keep you.
Right. The people want to get married, but then they don't have nothing to keep them married.
Yes. And we want y'all staying together and happy. Let me get back over here.
Here's the problem that we have. We go out here and we have sex with somebody's body, and then we meet the person later.
Yes.
I had sex with your body on Saturday night, but then I meet you on Sunday.
And wonder why I don't like you.
And I don't like you. Now, you was fire in the bed last night with your body, but I don't like you as a person. And then we take the person that we don't really like, but because they was so good in the bed, I'm going to try and find a way to make this work. They not even who you like.
And then we bring it to now you get married and you can't figure out why this person won't change. You accepted them. I tell this to my mentees, and I'm going to tell it to you now, married ladies. You want him to change, but you said, I do to who you are at that altar that day. Mm-hmm. And I've been saying it's unfair. I've been telling my girls, it is unfair for you now that he put a ring on it and he signed a piece of paper for you to expect him to be something that he just is not. But now we can incorporate vision to say, okay, let's talk about our needs and stuff like that. But that's what you bought.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't expect somebody to be something different when you You bought that car like that. You bought that house like that.
Yes. You went out and bought a Mustang, and now you keep going. I don't understand why he ain't a Ferrari. You didn't buy a Ferrari.
You didn't buy that.
He go 120 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He goes 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. But now you want him to go 180. And that is not who he is. And that's unfair to men and women.
Yes, because it goes both.
It goes both ways, because we've seen people divorce over, my career took off and I married the wrong person because she didn't turn into this corporate woman. You didn't marry a corporate woman.
You didn't.
And you weren't a corporate man when you married her.
Right.
So it's unfair for us to put these unrealistic expectations on people.
Unspoken.
Yes.
Because we don't be talking. Most of us smash before we get married.
Yes.
Christian or not.
Right.
And so we are at the point to where we're at least say, okay, at least let us locate where we are.
Yes.
Because in order to get, is it possible? Yeah, it's still possible to have your best marriage now and you feel like, oh man, I married the wrong person. And okay, yeah, we got it. But what are you going to do today? Mm-hmm. What are you going to do today about getting to know them who God made them to be? Are you willing to compromise and say, you know what? Oh, God, you nasty.
Right.
Are you going to be all right with cleaning up after them?
Right. And it's cute. All that stuff is cute in the beginning.
It is.
But what a woman need to do for a man is, you need to cook for him, and you need to show him that you're going to be a good wife, and he going to have a hot meal every day, and that you're going to take care of the household. Well, it sound cute for the first 6 weeks, but 17 years later, you like, nigga, if you don't sweep and get them nasty drawers off the floor and put your plate in the sink.
Yep.
It's like, but that's what you're presenting. Mm-hmm. Let's present honesty. Hey, you know what? Like you said to me in the beginning, I'm not the best cook.
Yep.
Never promised to be the best cook, but we will have food to eat.
Yep.
Never promised you that I was going to wash my car. Hey, I was like, I wash cars. I can cut grass. I can do that. So we did that. Mm-hmm. We did what we promised each other.
Yeah.
So I wasn't coming home expecting a different homemade cooked meal every night. That wasn't important to me.
Right.
Now, for you, it may be important. If that's on your list, then live at your own address. Mm-hmm. But for me, that wasn't important.
And I'm going to add this part because another complaint, and this is how I teach my ladies vision, spiritually. A lot of women feel like they're not compatible spiritually. The husband don't go to church. He wasn't going to church before. He wasn't going to church before. Or maybe he was going sometimes. Or he was only going because you were going. And so this is what I say. Okay, got it. But can you start now? Can you write down? Can you also start praying, or was it declaring, affirming? Call it whatever you want. Can you open your mouth? First, speak to God about it, but also say that my husband and I are one spiritually. We are the same mind, one accord, which is the mind of Christ. That's one of my confessions. Mm-hmm. Even though you started out going to church, I didn't always know if you were going to continue to go. Mm. Same thing here. And so in my heart's desire, I have made prayer, I have made confessions of how I desire for us to be. I desire for us to be compatible, not only spiritually, but friendship, sexually. Just because you start out a certain way doesn't mean that you're going to stay that way.
Exactly. And that's where the communication comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to communicate with one another to know where you are today.
Yes.
It's like taking a trip. Okay, we're getting on the road. We getting ready to go 95 South and we going to Miami. Mm-hmm. Just because you're comfortable the first mile, the air is good, you don't have to go to the bathroom. Mile 100, you might be like, man, I'm ready to get out the car.
Yes.
I got to pee. I'm hungry. Things change on the journey.
Yep.
And that's okay. Mm-hmm. All right, let's stop. Let's go to QT, use the bathroom. Let's stretch. Let's get out the car. Okay, can we continue the journey now?
Yep.
But people run into problems and be like, oh, I can't believe we having problems. That's my soulmate. Soulmate does not equal no problems. Can we say that to the screen? Marrying your soulmate does not mean you are never going to have problems. Mm-hmm. they are still a person.
Yep.
So if you marry your soulmate, you are guaranteed to still have problems. Getting married and staying married are two different things.
And staying happily married.
Yes.
Because it is possible.
Oh, of course.
It is very possible, but like you just said, things are going to change on the journey, and having a vision of where you all are going and working towards that together, that has been the thing for us. And we've had to change people.
Yes.
On the journey.
Yes.
Like, we don't hang with everybody that we started with. We love them. I don't have anything negative to say about them. But when people are committed to stay in the struggle, well, he always doing this and she always doing that, and you can't find one thing wrong with you. Not one. Your boo-boo don't never stink.
Ever.
I can't roll with you like that because I'm doing too much work on myself. You doing too much work on yourself for us to stay in that mindset that it's always got to be a struggle, because it does not.
Does not.
So that's my thing of, as far as vision is, where are we going and how can we go together?
Yes.
I want to go with you.
Right. And if you marry a friend, as we talk about, marry a soulmate, that's fine. But let's just make sure we're communicating where we're going. You remember the couple that I knew of, broke up, their engagement, everything over the word now. They were having the discussion about, do you want to have children? The lady said no. And the guy said, okay, no problem. 2.5 years later, they're getting engaged. The guy was talking about children again. And he was like, well, yeah, later on, let's go ahead and get a house so we can have children. And she said, well, I told you I didn't want to have children. And he said, yeah, you said that about 2 years ago.
Yep, I remember
He
that.
said, but I thought you meant not now. She said, no, I don't ever want to have children.
Yep.
Ended their relationship. One word. I don't want to have children ever. I said now. He was saying now. She meant ever.
Yep.
Not clear communication. 2.5 years.
Yes.
Over ever and now. So let's make sure that we are clearly communicating. And if you are single and you are out here dating somebody, communicate. Yes, they're cute. They're fine. Y'all have a good time. Y'all don't never argue. That's a problem. You should argue at some point, because y'all are two different people with two different mindsets. Something is going to cause y'all to disagree, because in marriage, there are going to be arguments. There are going to be fights. There's going to be cussings. It's going to be all kind of stuff. So that, when we talk to premarital couples, and they talk, oh yeah, we want to come and do premarital counseling, but we don't ever fight. That's a problem, because somebody's holding back something, not saying what they really feel for the sake of peace. And in a marriage, folks, it's going to come out.
It comes out. Yeah.
It's going to come out. So the vision should be plain. Shouldn't be so complicated. Don't nobody understand it but you, because it came from God. No, it should be plain.
Yes. And that don't mean I have to get all your inner work. It's like, just give me A, B, C, and D.
Yeah.
Let's stop trying to be somebody that we not.
Exactly. My goodness.
I won't even go there.
Let's just be who we are. Let's build something together. Let's build something we can be proud of. Our children can be proud of. We can leave something behind when it's our time to leave the earth. And it was like, my mama and my daddy were good people.
Yes.
They left us life insurance, a business, a house that was paid for. They taught us stuff. Let's leave them something of quality.
Yes.
Yes.
Besides problems.
Yeah. So, in closing, ladies and gentlemen, vision is important. Come to the table with some idea of who you want to be, what you want to be. And we talk a lot about business because we are business people. We are entrepreneurs. But your vision may be to go up the corporate ladder. I got fraternity brothers, guys that I know, like one of his dream job is to be the chief of police, law enforcement. So everybody's Vision doesn't have to be necessarily a business or a ministry. It could be something corporate. But whatever it is, make sure you're clearly defining that to your spouse. Make sure you all understanding where you want to go, what it would look like. Okay, well, what if you got the chief of police job in New Orleans? Are you going to New Orleans, or is it the chief of police here in Atlanta? Because I don't want to live in New Orleans. You see, those kind of things.
Communicate.
So we'll know where we're going. So with that, we will close. We appreciate you guys getting on with us once again. And we would like to thank our sponsor. And on our way out, we would like to give a shout out to our sponsor, National Property Solutions. National Property Solutions is a rehab company, and they do renovation work inside your home. So if you want to get your kitchen done, your bathroom, any type of flooring or painting, they are a renovation company that can come out and make your home what you want it to be. So the information is on the screen. So feel free to reach out to National Property Solutions. And if you're interested in having your business or your ministry sponsored on Your Best Marriage Now, feel free to reach out to us.